Just heading back from Emery's tennis lesson on a bike of all things. I truly have never been on a bicycle in, I don't know, 20 years more. It's just something I just don't do in all the sports I've been involved in. Not a biker. And this house that we're renting in Naples, they left all these bikes for the entire family. So instead of driving the 2 miles to the clay courts here for Emery's tennis lesson, we've been getting in the good habit of just leaving the truck at home and biking to the play structure, biking to the tennis court. So that's where I am shooting this video after a long day of coaching world builders. The theme I want to talk about today is a great story, a great tale of crabs in the bucket. And for anyone who isn't familiar with that metaphor, a young tourist one time went down to the fishing docks and said, you know, he noticed that the fishermen were unloading the boats at the end of a fishing day, and they would put the buckets of crabs on the dock. And each bucket was full of crabs, but each bucket would have 1 or 2 crabs that were climbing up the side and getting ready to escape. They were near the top of the bucket. And this young visitor, tourist, said to the one older fisherman, he said, you know, you got to watch it here. You're going to lose all your crabs in all these buckets because they're climbing out. And the wise old fisherman said to the young man, he said, you clearly are not from around here, because you would know that when it comes to crabs, they won't allow any of them, each other, to leave the bucket. In other words, just when you think that one of them is about to escape through the bucket, the other ones will pull him back in. And that's the concept of crabs in the bucket. No matter how close one of them is to getting out of the bucket and escaping, all the other crabs in the bucket make sure that they pull him or her back in to the bucket. So that's the metaphor. And really, for anybody that has accomplished anything of significance in their life or is on the way to accomplishing anything of significance, you clearly understand this as real life. I don't care what you're trying to improve, whether you're trying to lose weight, whether you're starting a new job, whether you're starting a new business, whether you're trying to read more, whether you're trying to spend less time on social media and on the internet, whether you're trying to improve your marriage or your relationship with your children. Maybe you're trying to dress better, maybe you're trying to spend more time outdoors. Whatever it is that you're trying to improve as a businessman, you are automatically going to experience the crabs in the bucket phenomenon. And really, for badass millionaires, I've always seen this as a sign that I'm on the right path. That the crabs in the bucket, when I see the crabs in the bucket trying to pull me back into where I was before I committed to improving myself in some way, I know I'm on the right path, and I know that I'm stretching. I know that I'm committed to constant and never-ending improvement, and I know that it's a sign that I am working to become the best version of myself each and every day. When the crabs are pulling you back in the bucket, and they can come in various disguises, especially as concern, and the crabs in the bucket pulling you back are people in your life who you're making them basically look bad, because you're trying to improve yourself, you're trying to make yourself wealthier, fitter, happier, whatever it is that you're trying to do, you're making them look bad because you're improving yourself. You've dedicated to something important, and you're determined, and you're taking daily action. Well, the crabs in the bucket don't like that, and instead of cheering you on, which real friends and allies do, the crabs will always try to pull you back down to their level, or at least the level you were at before. Use this as a sign, first of all, to curate, to cut the rope and curate these types of people out of your life, whether they're employees, whether they're family, whether they're so-called friends, whether they're neighbors, whatever it is. Make sure that you use that opportunity when they identify themselves to curate and cut the rope with negative influences. If people are not with you, they are automatically against you. And anybody that's against me, I certainly don't want in my personal or my business life. So I use opportunities like this when I run into crabs in the bucket to curate these people out of my business. They could be prospects, they could be clients, they could be employees, they could be friends, they could be associates, and just constantly upgrade my circle of people. I want people around me that are with me, not against me. I want people in my life that want to help me out of the bucket so I can improve myself every single day. I don't want people pulling me back in because it makes them feel better, because it's better for their self-image and self-esteem. I want the exact opposite. So use this as an opportunity not to, be upset with people, but use it as an opportunity to curate the people in your life and to get people out of your life that no longer serve you or support you. Crabs in the bucket need to go. And also use it as a signal that you're finally doing something of significance. Like the great Dan Kennedy says, if you're not offending somebody by noon every day, I don't think you're accomplishing very much. Your controversy is part of success. There is no success without controversy. And you need to have that alligator skin. You need to have that understanding that crabs in the bucket is part of the process. It's part of the procedure. And when you see it, use it as fuel and gasoline. Use it to curate negative forces out of your life, and use it to take your life and your business to the next level. That's it. I'm almost home. And that is enough tennis and walking and Hindu squats for one day. 2 words that change my life and 2 words that can change your life. Be relentless.